Hey everyone, it's Siddharth here, and it's another episode of the Sidcast. And I'm coming to you live again on Facebook, in keeping with previous episodes where I've been running live sessions now on the Sidcast, so I can also get some interaction with all of my people that are here on the live session. So, in today's episode, what I want to speak about is a subject that's very important, especially when it comes to a person that might be doing a lot of video or a lot of video work, especially in the media world, or they actually do a lot of video work for their business, which might be an online business or even in some cases an off-site business. So, the reason why I want to talk about the importance of smiling is, first of all, because it's something that I've had to go through in terms of my experience of doing videos when I started going online about a year or so ago, and I started running my own online business. And I want to start off, first of all, by talking about, what exactly it was that I went through when I first started doing video, because when you first start doing video, you don't actually realize that it actually is an issue that actually becomes quite common, because it was only until two of my friends that I obviously met during my online journey pointed out that I don't actually smile a lot on my videos, and it wasn't because I was doing it on purpose. It's just something that happened where I didn't realize that it was something I wasn't doing consciously. And I can see Karan is here, so Karan is definitely going to love this. But basically, I want to basically talk about this subject because I think it's very important for people to realize how much, video reveals to you in terms of what you think you might be doing, whereas you're not actually doing it. So, first of all, I want to talk about my experience. Now, when it comes to, actually doing video, the first thing you're not really thinking about is, you obviously your body language, because you think you're talking to something like a camera, and it might occasionally seem easy, but it's not actually easy, because you don't realize how important it is to make sure also that apart from what you're speaking about, your content, you also need to realize that your body language is very important, because obviously it creates a kind of relationship with your audience, and one of those aspects is how you smile on video. And when I first started out, I mean, obviously, I didn't realize I wasn't smiling as much as I should have. And there's a couple of reasons why you should actually be smiling when it comes to doing a video, especially now if you are doing something like a Facebook Live session, where you've got people that are interacting with you, and obviously they want to sort of create a relationship with you where they can actually trust you as maybe as an authority. So I want to first of all start off by saying, what are some of the benefits of smiling, especially if you're doing video, and especially if you're someone that is doing a lot of video work and you're starting to put those videos online, or you're starting to do a lot of Facebook Live sessions. So the first benefit is, first of all, smiling actually helps you to relax a lot more. It reduces stress. And the reason that's very important is because when you start doing videos, you need to appear as though you actually are, relaxed. Um, the second thing is, when you actually smile on video, what it actually does is, through your body, it actually releases a lot of these chemicals, which are obviously called endorphins. Now, those endorphins are very important because they're the ones that actually help you to relax in terms of your facial muscles, or even generally to relax as a person. Because if you come across as being very tense on video, a lot of people can actually pick it up, and it's not easy, obviously, when you first start doing videos, because it might be something that's a very foreign concept to you, and obviously it's something you're starting to do. So you need to do it obviously consistently and practice on it quite a lot. So it's very important, obviously, to realize that the smiling reduces the stress levels and also helps you to relax. And also, what's important is smiling actually helps you to create those endorphins, which actually help you to relax. The third benefit is that if you're smiling, right, especially on video, what it actually does is it creates trust for you with your audience. Now, that's very important because let's say you're someone who's an authority in your field. Maybe you are promoting a product or a service. You're perhaps someone that's well known in your industry, and you're doing a video, maybe like a Facebook live session, where you actually want to sort of provide information to people that might be interested in what you have to say. But the thing is, if they feel that you're someone who's perhaps like, looks very serious, or, has got this tone that's almost like an angry tone, it actually comes out a lot more when you're not actually smiling. And what happens is the people don't actually trust you when it comes to you, providing that information. So it's very important to understand that when you start doing videos, when you start like smiling also, you actually are starting to create that trust aspect. So, hey, I want to actually just say hi to a couple of people. Hi, Ilario. Hi, Natalie. Um, so it's very important, obviously, that you are creating that trust aspect, especially if you're someone that is looking to create that authority about yourself, or maybe you want to become an authority in your specific field. So make sure that obviously you are smiling on that aspect as well. Um, the fourth benefit in terms of why you need to smile is because what it actually does is it helps you to basically, feel like, you can approach the whole, video as though you're interacting with people that and it just like sort of makes you relax, and it just, sort of helps you to sort of create a situation where you feel like you're someone that is very friendly. And it's important obviously to understand that the smile that you do is obviously not fake, because people will pick up on it when you start doing video, especially if you're doing Facebook live sessions. And it's there you go, there's a smile for you, Natalie. It's important to understand that when you start smiling, it needs to come naturally, and this happens more when you start, obviously practicing your videos, because it doesn't happen overnight. And I can tell you this from my own experience. And you will think you are smiling in certain situations, but what actually happens is basically you're not actually smiling as much as you think you are. And that's why it's important to understand that the more videos you do, the more you need to actually practice your smiling and make sure that it actually comes out naturally. And I just want to interact with some people here. Karen, I'm not showing you my teeth, thank you. um, but Ilaria, yes, it's very important to smile. I definitely would obviously make sure that you are smiling in your videos, especially because you're doing an online business. So it's very important to understand that you make sure that you're doing that consistently. Um, and also, one of the other benefits of smiling is that what you're actually doing in the long run is that you sort of create that persona where you come across as someone that people are going to trust over the long run, because the more videos they see of you where you're actually smiling a lot more, the more you appear to be someone that's friendly, which means then that the person can actually approach you more easily. And especially in the case where you're someone that is obviously building an authority, perhaps you're someone who's an expert in your field, and you're someone that has a lot of valuable information you can provide. They'll obviously feel like, because they see this friendly face, they're going to probably ask you a lot more questions. And that is what you actually want, because you want people to, well, you basically want to build a large following where people are actually going to obviously follow everything that you say, because eventually it might turn out to be something that's beneficial for your business, or something where you perhaps are running a promotion and you want people to obviously use that, or make sure that they connect with you so that they eventually obviously buy from you in the long run. So I just want to see if anyone has questions regarding the smiling issue, especially for videos. Anyone got questions on that? Also want to see who's joined here. I see Paulo's there. Oh, that's nice to see. Haven't seen Paulo in a long time. I'm doing pretty awesome, Karen. Obviously waiting for the big event, as we all know, in a couple of weeks. But obviously it's great for me to do these episodes where the whole idea is, and the reason why also, if you're joining me for the first time on the Sidcast episode, is because I'm looking at a way to obviously provide some kind of information or value to someone who, especially at the end of the week where perhaps they've had a pretty rough week, and they're trying to see how they can perhaps learn something, or they can learn some tips. um, Karen asks, have you got your coconuts ready? Yes, I do. They're going to be packed in my bag, and I've got a special one for you as well. I'll show it to you when I get there. But just to summarize, basically, smiling is very important for your business, and also, when it comes to doing a video, especially if you're someone that is looking to do a lot of Facebook Live videos. It'll be amazing to see the benefit of you actually smiling. And I also want to mention that, smiling is actually very important, not just for an online business. It can be for an offline business that you might have, because what you need to realize is at the end of the day, any business that you do, whether it's online or offline, you're going to interact with people, and they could be your customers, they could be your suppliers, they could be people that perhaps are potential leads online. And you will interact with people online as well, maybe through a Skype call or through some kind of video interaction, or what is known as a webinar, where you have like a live sort of conference online. And it's very important, especially if you're coming on video, that you do appear as someone that is obviously very happy to be where you are and you're doing what you are. And what I'd like to add is, if you're someone that is very passionate about your field or the area of expertise that you have, that passion actually shows through your smiles as well. If you can't smile often, right, and you're supposedly supposed to be passionate about that area that you're talking about, it's going to show that you actually are not passionate when you're not smiling a lot. And look, there are some people obviously that feel that they can't smile naturally, and it just happens sometimes. It happens with me sometimes, where depending on the tone of the message that you're providing on the video, it can turn out that actually the message you're providing could be of a very serious nature, and sometimes in that particular situation you may not be able to smile. So it's understandable to understand that yes, there are going to be certain situations where you're not going to be able to smile often on video, because you're providing a specific message which perhaps doesn't obviously allow for the aspect of smiling. But at the same time, like I said, that it's very important that you are smiling, because it's something which obviously you need to understand, that you're going to create that trust aspect with your audience. And I know for a fact that when I watch certain videos and I see people who are sort of perhaps appearing very monotone, or they're just sort of not exactly enthusiastic. Normally, you'll find also in those situations, they're not actually smiling a lot. And it's like, if I talk in a straight tone, you will probably never see a smile, because it's very hard for me then, once I'm in that rhythm, to actually produce a smile. So this is something that I wanted to address in today's episode, and I felt it was a very important subject. Especially in cases where I've seen a lot of businesses where people are, not exactly smiling a lot. And I've seen it also where I've gone, obviously maybe to a shop or something, and I meet someone at the cashier or the teller, who obviously takes my payment, and sometimes they don't smile. And it's also important to understand that sometimes there are going to be days where you're not going to be in a very good space, you're not going to be in a very good mood. So my other tip is, don't try and do a video where, in terms of how you're feeling, if you're feeling very down, or if you're feeling, very upset about something, that is not the right time to do a live session on Facebook, or to actually record a video, because it'll actually show through, your facial expressions, and also because body language is so important. In fact, it's probably more important than the words that you speak. It'll reflect in terms of you not being able to provide that sort of enthusiasm or even smiles, like I mentioned. So make sure that when you're actually doing a video, that you are actually in a very good space, that you're feeling good about yourself, in terms of your response, to a situation. You are not in a place where you're angry or you are very upset about something, because that's the worst time to actually do a video, and it'll actually make it even more worse to try and smile, because that smile is going to appear as being very fake. So I want to thank everyone that has joined me on this live session of the Sidcast episode. I really do hope that episode was actually very valuable to you guys, and hopefully, I'll be able to provide some more value to you guys in another episode. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.